Hi my friends! Welcome to the channel English Professionally, and this video is very special. So you see it's how to learn English, and you also see 50 questions of English learners with answers. So I really hope it's a great video and you'll support it with your likes, shares and comments. Okay, thanks a lot. And my friends, really, I prefer to make not just simple videos, but great ones. Very good ones, okay? So very good videos. I really hope it's a great video and it can help you a lot. My friends, thank you very much for likes, shares and support. These are 50 most common English questions with answers about learning English. Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, excellent. And so the first one, okay, and so please have a look at all these questions. So if you don't find a question you are interested in, please write about it in the comments below. So how long will it take me to learn English? Well, if you are an absolute beginner means that if you don't know anything about English, if you know nothing about English, it can take you 2 or 3 years, really. If you learn English effectively, it means if you know how to learn it. Otherwise, so it's otherwise. So if you don't do it otherwise, it can take you ages. It's a phrase. It can take you a very, very long time. Yeah, it can take you a very, very long time. Okay. So really, students often ask me, so how long will it take me to learn English? Okay, 2-3 years if you learn it effectively. Okay, so next. So what level can I have after half a year if I'm a beginner now? So I believe you can have a strong intermediate level, so middle level, okay? I know lots of students who did it, and I'm so happy about these results. I know they studied English really hard and they got a result they wanted and expected. So they thought that they would have this result. Okay, so really, if you want to have an intermediate level, strong intermediate level, so you can do it in half a year. Okay, next, if I really want to have a good result, do I really need to pay money for it? Not necessarily. Not necessarily means that you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it, or you don't have to do it. So why? Why should you do it? Really, you can learn English without paying any money. So we say without paying any money at all. Yeah. So you don't need to pay any money at all. So, and if you have a good teacher, it's an advantage. So it's an advantage, or it's a plus, it's a good thing. But don't think you can't learn English without paying big money, okay? So please don't think that if you don't have money, so you can't learn English. No, you can learn English. So you can learn English, okay? You can do it for free. Well, so 4. How can I improve English by myself? So by myself, it means that you don't have a teacher or you don't attend English courses, okay? So try to improve all your skills. Improve means try to make them better. So grammar, listening, speaking, reading and writing. Have a plan. It's a very important thing. Have a plan for each day. Have a plan for each day, okay? So it's, when you know what you have to do today, it's when you know what you have to do tomorrow, and so you have a plan, so important. Have a system, yes, and study regularly every day. Listen as much as you can, please listen. It's so important to listen, it's very, very important. Okay, next. How can I improve my speaking skills? It's just a matter of practice. Means it's the most important thing. So practice. So please practice speaking. Practice speaking English is the most important thing. So if you practice, so you'll have good progress if you have lots of practice. If you don't start practicing English daily, you'll be improving them very slowly. I mean, you'll be improving these skills very slowly. So you need daily English practice, okay? Also listen more. It's also a very important thing. So only reading and doing grammar exercises won't help, so that many students only read and they can read, so they know some grammar, but they can't speak. So why can't they speak? Because they don't have this English speaking practice and they don't listen enough to English speech. Okay, 6. How can I improve my listening skills? Yeah, it's a very important question. So you might think that you just need to listen more, but it isn't enough. Yeah, so that teachers often say, okay, listen more. No, it isn't true. You need to do other things, and you need to listen and see the text at the same time, so that you can catch every word, so that you can understand every word, every phrase, every structure. So it's a very important thing. So listen and see the text at the same time. So only listening isn't enough, okay? And listen more while doing other things, yeah? So we talked about it. So when you go somewhere, so when you walk in the street, so just listen and listen. So listen all the time. So as much as you can. So important, really, it's so important, okay? So next, how can I improve my grammar? Really, how can I improve my grammar? Make sure, it means that be sure, you need to be sure, so that you know all the basic grammar, so all the most important grammar for beginners and elementary students, basic grammar. Many students make mistakes because they didn't learn it thoroughly. Thoroughly means very hard, okay? So they go to the next and next level, then go to the next and next level step by step. So you need to do it, yeah? And don't forget to do exercises, yeah? So you need to learn, first of all, the basic grammar, so different topics, yeah, different units of basic grammar, not just English tenses, yeah, not just it. So there are lots of things, yeah, and study it very hard, very thoroughly. Then go to the next and next level, step by step, yeah, and don't forget to do exercises. It's very important. Okay, so how can I improve my writing skills? When you write, it's about grammar and spelling. Spelling, it means that so how we write some words. You also need to widen your vocabulary, so you need to make it larger, you need to make it wider. Do more exercises, write more and more. So you need to do exercises, more and more writing exercises. It's a memory of your hand. It's a memory of your hand when you write, and it's good. You can write about something on a regular basis, yeah? On a regular basis means regularly. It means that you have some ideas, so in your language, and you write about it in English. So maybe you have, a notebook and you write there. So it's so interesting and important, just for more practice. 9. How can I improve my pronunciation? Listening to native speakers isn't enough. You need to repeat after them. Please repeat after them. So stop and repeat. Stop and repeat. For example, you can do it 1 hour a day. If you don't have time, do it for 20 minutes, for instance, but listen more too. So repeat and listen. Repeat and listen, but it's very important to repeat. Next, how to speak English more fluently. Don't be afraid of making a mistake, so don't have this fear. Speak more. Use simple phrases. Yes, it's very important to use simple phrases to speak faster. If you want to speak faster, you need to use simple words, simple phrases. Try to think in English during the day. Yeah, try to think in English during the day. How to think in English? You can start thinking in English. We say start doing for 5 minutes a day. Yeah. So do it several times a day. Then you can think for a longer period of time, for example, 7 minutes, 10 minutes a day, and it should be your habit. It should be a habit. You should do it regularly, every day, every day. So it's very important. The skill is very important. Do I need to speak English only with native speakers? No, that's not true. It's often difficult to find them and speak for a long time and every day. If your level is lower than upper intermediate, you can find people from any country for more speaking practice. If not, you need to speak mostly to native speakers, okay? So it's a good idea, yeah, to speak only to native speakers. So if your level is upper intermediate and or higher, so if your level is lower, so it's okay, you can find a speaking partner from another country. So how to learn English words? Learn them in context, with examples. Read more and listen. It must be a memory of your eyes, yeah, so when you see, of your ears, so when you hear, and with your hand, when you write. So how to learn English speaking easily? Relax. It means don't worry. You don't do it for a school or a teacher. No one is interested in your mistakes. So your mistakes aren't interesting for other people. It's just the idea in your mind. You speak for communication. Just speak. If you are a little bit worried about your mistakes, work on your grammar. Yeah. Do lots of simple exercises. Yeah, start with simple exercises. How to learn English effectively? There should be two things which when you understand it. So, I mean, when you understand it, that you learn English effectively. You need to feel progress soon. Yeah, the first thing. And you also need to enjoy learning English. So we say enjoy doing. You really need to like, yeah, learning English because you feel this progress. If it doesn't happen, you need to change something, yeah, you need to change something. So there is a problem. Find a clear goal or a clear aim and motivation why you need it, why you need it, yes, why you need it. So you really need to understand why you need it. So please have motivation, please have an aim or a goal. And the next very important thing is that you need to learn at least 2 hours a day for good progress. How can I find a good English teacher? If you really want to do it, look at his or her students' results. It's the only criteria. Okay? So only this thing can show this teacher's professionalism, yeah? So often just students ask me, so do you know a good English teacher? Yeah, you need to ask, students. You need to ask students first, yes, and actually to ask them about their results, yeah. So if they have a good result, good results, this teacher is great, yeah. And only this way, not only recommendation, no, not only advertising, no. You need to look at his or her students' results and progress only this way, okay? So next, how to learn English in 1 month. Okay, are you really sure that you need to do it? If you find a teacher and learn all day, you can learn English up to intermediate level. It means up to intermediate level, it means so you can have an intermediate level but not higher. So I think so. If you're really gifted in languages, so gifted means that if you have a real talent, so if you have real talent, if you're really talented, yeah, if you're really gifted in languages and have a perfect memory, if your memory is really good, okay? So it's important to know it perfectly. So it's important to know English perfectly, and it will take longer. Yeah, so it means that, okay, so maybe you can reach this level, an intermediate level. Yeah, if you really work all day, study English all day with a teacher, and you have very good skills and great talent. But to learn it, I mean, another way, when you know everything about English, or you have a very high level, it will take longer. It will take longer. Okay. So next, can I learn 2 foreign languages at the same time? It's possible. So it means, yeah, you can do it anyway. If you really want a perfect result and fast, perfect result means very good result and fast, you need to focus on one language. So focus on or concentrate on one language, or just study one language if you need just this result fast. How to learn English with movies? It's a very interesting idea indeed. However, don't think that it can replace traditional methods completely. It can replace means don't think that you can use only this method but not traditional methods. Ideally, it means that it will be great, yeah. You need to watch them with English subtitles. It's great when you watch them with English subtitles and have at least intermediate level. Okay, so what I'm talking about is that, okay, so watching movies is very interesting, but it isn't for beginners. It isn't for beginners. So you need to watch them with subtitles, and it's good if your level is minimum or at least intermediate, but it's good, yeah. Well, so what dictionary should I use? It's also a very good question. In the beginning, you need to use a bilingual dictionary. So bilingual, so that you can see a translation from English into your language. So bilingual, it means English, and then you have a translation, yes? Then you need to start using a monolingual dictionary. It's a very important thing, more and more, especially from intermediate level. Yeah, monolingual dictionary, when all the explanations are in English. It will help you think in English and do it fast. Yeah, it's a very important thing. Well, how can I stop making mistakes? It really annoys me. It really annoys me. It means that I don't really like it. So there are 2 ways. The first way is short, while the second way is longer. You can start, the first way. You can start using simple phrases, just use simple phrases, use simple language, simple words, simple structures. If you are sure about this phrase, word, or structure, use it. If not, if you aren't sure, don't use it. Okay, it's the first way. And the second way is that you need to do lots of grammar exercises for different levels, and so you'll do this exercise and you'll improve your grammar. Well, do I need to know all English tenses? It's a good idea to know what they mean, but what? But your main task is to know the most important tenses first. Okay? It means that you use, if you look at English conversation, so we don't use all these tenses, and you need to use just the most important ones, such as present simple, past simple, future simple, present continuous, present perfect, past continuous, past perfect, and present perfect continuous. Okay, please have a look at our playlists on grammar too. Okay, grammar, English tenses. Okay, well, good. Next, I don't understand when I should use this or that tense. Okay, so many things come from practice and experience. You need to do 3 things. First, learn these tenses. So you need to understand this grammar. So how do we form this tense? So when do we use it? You need to know some theory, okay, some theoretical information. Second, do exercises, yes, so not only reading, and exercises too. And third, read more, a very important thing. So few students know about it. So read more and try to understand why this or that tense is used. Why this or that tense is used. So you need to read and you need to pay attention to it. Pay attention to grammar, to English tenses. You need, to analyze. You need to try to analyze the situation. For example, you see, okay, so this tense is used. So is used. Why do we have is used? And you need to understand that is used. It's passive voice. It's passive voice for present simple. It's passive voice for present simple. And so you read and try to analyze, try to understand. So why we have this grammar? It's a very important thing. Okay, good. What is next? Is English easy or difficult? This language isn't so difficult. At the same time, it means I also want to say it isn't so easy. It's relatively easy. It's relatively easy, or it's quite easy to reach a pre-intermediate level. So okay, so it won't take you long. It won't take you actually long. It means that you won't spend lots of time in it. So the most difficult thing is to move ahead, or to go ahead and do what? And reach an advanced level is the most difficult thing. So many students, most students have this level pre-intermediate, but few students have that a level higher than intermediate. So it's the most difficult thing. So, and it's really very difficult. Okay. Okay. Next, what's the most difficult thing about learning English? Okay, really, what is it? To find time for it every day. Yeah, really, it's the biggest problem, I think. So luckily, it means that fortunately, so we have this luck. So there are so many free resources nowadays. Nowadays, it's the same as now, but it's a bit more formal. Nowadays, you just need to find time. Yeah, it's the main problem. If you learn English for 2 hours every day, I won't believe that you won't have progress. It means that if you really learn English every day and for 2 hours, you'll make progress. Yeah, you'll make progress. Okay, good. So what is the best way to practice English? So find an English speaking partner, but not from your country. It's an important thing, but not from your country. It's better. One more important thing. It's better to find several partners, not more than one. You need to speak English with different people, not just with one person. Okay, good. What should I read? Start with adapted books for different levels. Yeah, it's a very important thing. Adapted books and for different levels. You can start from the lowest level, for example, beginner or elementary. And the next very important thing, written by native speakers. It's a very important thing, So this language will be very natural. So you need only natural language, only natural, actually, English. And they contain most common English words. Contain means there are most common English words in these books. And you need to get used to these words, phrases, and structures. It means that actually you need to see these words, phrases, and structures and understand them. So it's very important for your speech. It can help you, speak English fast too. A very important thing. Next, how much should I read to get to the next level? Okay, so please, my friend, don't think that after reading one book, we say after doing something, after reading one book, you'll go to the next level and so on. It's very naive, It's very naive. It means that, in fact, it isn't so. It's a good idea to read something simple a lot. So read a lot, but simple things, just to feel more confident. You need to feel more confident, okay? And you'll have this feeling, okay, I understand everything. I understand every word. And one more important thing, my friend, and you need to understand every sentence or every grammar structure, all these. You need to understand all these grammar structures, and you need not just, so many students say, okay, it's easy, we can translate it. Not this way. If you can translate it, it isn't enough. You need to understand why we have this preposition there, in or at, or why we have this tense here. So past simple or present perfect. It's very important. It's work. Yeah, so read more simple text and analyze these texts, these citations, this material. Okay, so and it can be 10 books. Yeah, it can be 10 books at one level or more. It's okay. You learn for yourself. Yes, focus on quality. Quality. Okay, quality, not just the number of books or. Okay, so you learn English for yourself. Well, my friend, so the next possible question: how can I improve my grammar greatly? You know, it's a very good question. I know that many students do the following. Please listen, this information is very important and I'm sure it will help you, okay? So they learn one grammar book, for example, elementary, then they go to the next grammar book, intermediate, and then they find it extremely difficult. It means they find it very difficult, yeah? So this elementary book was very easy for them. Then they go to this book, it's very difficult and they aren't very happy. And then maybe they can study it, yeah? Then they look at the next level, advanced level, and what happens next? And they stop learning grammar. They stop learning grammar. So is this situation familiar to you? So do you know this situation? Do you know people who were in this situation? I think so. My friend, you need to do another thing. You need to study several books at one level. For example, 2 or 3 books, elementary level. So it's very important, not just one book. So 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5. So you need to feel confident. You need to be sure that you know all this information. Need more exercises, yeah, more exercises. So 2 or 3 books, intermediate level, and so on. And only after that you'll go to upper intermediate level or to advanced level. Okay, so maybe you'll find more books for this or that level. It's good. So you need to have lots of grammar practice, lots of not one book isn't enough. Yeah, just a myth. It's just a myth. You'll forget everything very quickly, my friend. And my friend, this piece of advice is very simple, but it can help you greatly. I mean, this recommendation. Unfortunately, it means it's a pity. Few people, not many people know it and do it, but you know it, and I hope that you'll start doing it, okay? Next, how many English words should I know? Well, to communicate effectively with other people, 2 means if you want to communicate effectively with other people, you need to know about 3,000 English words. So not 100, not 500, it's too little, believe me, it's too little. If you want to understand a lot, I mean native speakers, so in different situations, you need to know minimum 10,000 English words, minimum 10,000 English words, because they use lots of words, they use lots of phrases, and you need to know it, okay? Good. Well, should I read or listen more? English pronunciation is very important. You need to read and listen, yeah, read and listen at the same time. Only reading isn't so effective, believe me, isn't so effective, yeah? People did it earlier, so maybe 40 years ago, 50 years ago, but not now, not nowadays, okay? So when you listen, it's like listening to real native speakers in England or America for free. Yeah, it's really good. So you know that earlier people couldn't do it. Yeah, so they went to England, they went to America just to listen, but you can do it staying at home. My friend, it's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity, and I just want to ask you, don't miss this opportunity, don't miss this chance, okay? Listen to English speech as much as you can, my friend. Well, next. Should I study British or American English? It depends on your aims. It means that you can have different ideas, you can have different thoughts, your motivation can be different. And if you want to live or study in America, for example, you need to focus on American English. And the opposite, yeah? So if you want to live in Britain, so you need British English. So I believe the best thing is to be able to understand both British and American English. So you need to understand both British and American English, not only British, not only American English, okay? Good. Okay, should I read classical literature to improve my English? No, it isn't a good idea. Focus on modern English, yeah? If you really want to improve your English fast, you need to focus on modern English. It's a very important thing. Should I read only English books? It's a good idea to read books, but not only them. Read different topics, conversations, yeah, so conversations, we have lots of topics, conversations on this channel. So when your level gets higher, read newspapers, magazines and articles more. And so when you have an advanced level or upper intermediate level, so it will be very easy for you to read these newspapers and magazines. It's a very important practice. Okay, good. How to learn English pronunciation? So I think that you were waiting for this question. Okay, so just shortly, but very interestingly and effectively, mostly by listening and repeating. So you can improve it mostly by listening and repeating. So you need to listen and repeat. Not only listen and repeat, but that's not all. I will tell you what you need to do. What else you need to do, okay? So if you want more, listen, it's also a good idea to learn how to move your tongue to pronounce English sounds. Yeah, really. There are some differences in pronunciation of English sounds and sounds in your mother tongue. And if you want actually to have a better pronunciation, so you need actually to study this thing too. Yeah, it's also very important because there are some differences in pronunciation. So in the movement of your tongue, it's also very important. Okay, good. How to learn English phrases? You might think that you can remember all of them if you have a list of them, so when you have them on paper. But this method doesn't work. It doesn't work, yes, this method doesn't work. You need to read and listen a lot. Only this way, read and listen a lot. These phrases will be met again and again, and you'll remember them, okay? So do you remember our idea about, when we analyze the text, the situation will be met? So what is the structure? Will be met. So we call it passive voice. We call it passive voice, and the tense is future simple. Passive voice, future simple. Okay, some people say, oh, it's boring, we don't want it, we don't need it. No, it isn't boring. You need to understand it. If you don't understand it, you don't know English. So you need to focus on grammar, okay? Will be met, will be plus the third form or past participle again and again, and you remember them. Next, should I attend English courses? It's up to you, or as you wish. So if you wanted, so you can attend these English courses. If you want to have a teacher, why not? If you have money, yeah, really. If you have money, why not? But as for me, this method isn't suitable. It means that this method isn't good for me, doesn't suit me. As means because I spend lots of time. I spend lots of time on the way there and back. Yes, lots of time on the way there and back. Then I need to put on my clothes, to take off my clothes, and lots of other things related to my preparation. And it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. Really, I don't like it. So I prefer actually to learn at home. And most people think, yeah, one more important thing, really. Most people think that they can only make progress if they attend some English courses. So if they go to some English courses, that's not true. That's not true. Yeah, it's just this idea in your mind. So some people think, oh, if we have a teacher, if we take private lessons, or if we attend some English courses, if we pay money, we can make good progress. If not, we can't. No, it's a myth. It's an illusion. That's not true. So there are so many resources online, and good resources, and our channel is one of them. Our channel English Profession is one of them. You need to study, and that's all. You don't need to pay. You don't need to waste your time. When you go somewhere and it takes an hour or more, no, you can do it. You can do it for free. You can learn English for free. Okay, what do you think about a video format of learning English? If it's a good lesson, yeah, we need to say it is or it's. Yeah, it's better to say it's. You know, native speakers mostly use short forms. It's very effective, yeah, if it's a good lesson, because there are so many bad lessons too, and they are ineffective. You can watch this lesson again and again. I hope that you understand what I'm talking about, while sitting comfortably on your chair. Yeah, just use your, actually, some teachers, who upload videos on YouTube, they say, so they don't care what you do. They just want, they just want you to learn. And that's the most important thing, okay? So, and it's really very comfortable. It's very comfortable, and this method is suitable, yeah, for lots of English learners. Very good format. And more than that, or in addition to that, it's absolutely free. You don't need to pay. Yeah. It's a real revolution in online education, and I'm so glad, my friends, that I have this amazing opportunity. I have this unique chance to share my knowledge with you. Yeah, so it was in my head, and now it isn't only in my head. So actually, that's great. Yeah, that's great, and it's thanks to our modern technology. Okay, thanks to the internet, thanks to YouTube, and thanks to the support, of course. So actually, it's actually your part too. It's your part too. So that this channel is growing thanks to your support. It's a very important thing. And thanks a lot, my friends. I'd like to thank you very much. But we need to go ahead. Okay, how to improve my vocabulary? One more good question. Well, there are different methods, and there is one good method: learn English words grouped into categories. For example, you learn different words about money, about job. So you have a text, a conversation, you have exercises. It's a one, or just learn a list of English words for revision. It's also good, that we have this list on our channel too. Good. So what do you think about international exams for English learners? International exams. Yeah, do you know? Do you know it? So it's worth preparing for them. So this structure worth doing, it means it's a good idea to prepare for these exams. So it can help you see your real level, as well as giving you a clear idea, as well as it means it can also give you a clear idea what skills you need to work on, yeah? And so maybe you have problems with reading skills, with writing skills, but you don't know about it. You just need to actually to do these sample papers, to do it, to try to take it, and you'll see your real level. It's also very important, and it's very good for your motivation, okay? So how to speak English more naturally? Well, good question. Yeah. So what you need to do is to study materials written by native speakers. It's very important, yeah. Or written by very professional English teachers. Watch more lessons on speaking with subtitles. The problem is that students often study English grammar, and these books are ineffective. So just choose the best books written by native speakers. Or if this person isn't a native speaker, he or she should be very, very professional, so that you can see the result and trust him. It's okay too, but professionalism is in the first place, okay? And next, my friends, watch more lessons on speaking with subtitles. It's very important. So really, I don't understand, some people upload videos on speaking, but they don't have subtitles. Okay, and how am I going to learn? Maybe I understand the basic ideas. Some students think this way, but I need to understand everything. It's better, yeah, actually to watch these lessons with subtitles. Yeah, you need to see the text to catch each phrase. We talked about it. Next, how to speak English faster. There are several things which can really help you. Use simple words and structures. We talked about it and you'll be speaking English very fast. Don't think in your mother tongue. Yeah, it means that you need to think in English. Think in English, and you know that you need to try to speak to yourself on different subjects. For example, you choose a subject, learning English, and then you start speaking. Okay, so How is it effective to learn English? I suppose that there are different ways, and so as for me, I suppose that the most effective way of learning English is, and then you continue, you speak, and it's very effective too. And try to do it as soon as possible. So please try it, and you can also record yourself. Yeah. It's very easy to listen to other recordings, to other lessons, and I know that sometimes students criticize other teachers' lessons, and they don't understand how difficult it is to record a long lesson, not just a short one, and they need to record their speech, and they need to look at their result or their product, yes, and their pronunciation, and they'll be surprised and they'll be maybe shocked. They won't be happy about this result, but you need to know it. You need to know it, how it looks like. Okay, so do it from time to time and see or measure your progress. Next, can I learn English during the sleep or while sleeping? So you can say during the sleep. So it's one way of saying it, so I wanted to type it first, or while sleeping. Okay, good question, thank you. Well, you can't learn it during the sleep, almost not, yeah? Anyway, it's very effective to learn it before going to bed. So before going to bed, it's very effective to learn English before going to bed. And maybe you'll have dreams in English. Do you have dreams in English, my friends? So your brains work and you improve your English. So, and it's also a good method. You need to try. Okay, how to learn 100 English words a day? Yeah, you may have heard. It means maybe you heard. Yeah, you may have heard many times. You may have heard it many times, but this method doesn't work. If you aren't a beginner. Yeah, if you aren't a beginner, you can learn the first 1000 English words very quickly because you refresh your knowledge. It means you remember what you studied earlier, and you refresh your knowledge, and you knew 95% of these words earlier. Yeah, you can do it very fast. So it isn't learning, it isn't remembering, but if you are an absolute beginner, it's impossible. You can learn it, but you'll forget it. You'll forget it very quickly, okay? I promise. Next, should I write down everything what I hear to improve my English? So you don't need to do it. It can take you too long, really. You don't need to write down every word which you hear when you listen to something. No. How to speak English automatically? It's only by having lots of English speaking practice in familiar situations. So in familiar and in unfamiliar situations. So situations which are rarely met to in different situations. Only practice. Lots of speaking practice. So is it easier to learn other foreign languages after English? Much easier, it's a fact, really. So, and you can try to do it and you'll see it. Okay, and two more very good questions. So what is better, to know English perfectly or several languages but upper intermediate level, or maybe several languages intermediate level? And I can tell you the following, that it depends on your aim or on your aims, yeah, if you have some aims. Personally, or as for me, I believe you need to have an upper intermediate level of English, or what? Or an advanced level, it means the highest level. As for other languages, you don't need to have such a high level, so it can be intermediate or upper intermediate, but I believe that you should have an advanced level in English. And the last one, okay, very important question. So I sometimes feel that the process of learning English is endless. It means without end. So I learn many new words and again, so new structures, and as a result I get depressed. I'm very sad. My friend, please don't give up. So don't feel depressed. It does have an end. Thus, it's an inversion. It means it really has an end. Follow the tips in this lesson and other lessons on the channel English Professionally. Yes, and it will help you. And my friend, I look forward to your great progress in English. and I really hope that you'll start using these tips and you'll have an advanced level in English soon, and you'll be very happy, yeah, when you learn English. It's very important to enjoy the process. So two things: you make good progress and you enjoy learning English, and you smile. Okay, so my progress is really good. Thank you, my friends. See you.